Hello everyone, welcome to Tarkir Dragonstorm Alchemy Commanders review. The new set's coming out this week. Well, I think it's 30 cards. There's 3 new legendary creatures, and they're actually all somewhat interesting, or at least different from what we usually see. So, will be an exciting drop, if you will. And being only 3 cards is very refreshing. I'm very tired of every new set coming with 20, 30, 50 new commanders. Even the Alchemy sets coming in with like 5-ish new legendary creatures. So it's just 3. It's nice and it's just a good spot. So the first one we have is Dragonstorm Crane Elder. You can notice this looks a bit missing pixels. I could not find card gallery anywhere. I had to take a screenshot from the YouTube video. It's not anywhere else I could find, at least that I could find. I know I'm a bit of a boomer, so maybe I didn't search the right places. But anyway, Dragonstorm Crane Elder. 4 mana 3/3 with prowess. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, conjure. Card name Monastery Mentor. Monastery Mentor, if you don't know, it's a 3 mana 2/2 when you with prowess itself, and whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you create a 1/1 monk with prowess as well. It's worth noting that Conjured is not a token. If you're not used to alchemy cards, Conjuring makes an actual card. It's not going to be a Monastery Mentor token, it's going to be a Monastery actual Mentor. So if you're trying, for example, Intangible Virtues, you're going to have token synergy in the deck. Intangible Virtue would not pump the Conjured Mentor. Even then, it's like an extremely powerful effect. You're obviously going to want a bunch of cards that, well, not a bunch, but cards that take advantage of you casting non-creature spells. Since you're mono white, you have less options. If you were like in Jeskai, or I guess Jeskai will be the main colors, red, blue, they have quite a few of those prowess creatures. White, you don't get as many, but Leonin Light Scribe is very powerful. It's going to pump all your tokens, which already have prowess, so it's like a second prowess effect on your tokens, so that's amazing. You're going to want to run a bunch of cheap non-creature spells. So ones that replace themselves, or in the very least protect the lamb itself, or your Monastery Mentors, because you're gonna have a bunch of them hopefully. So that works quite well. Also free spells, because the main thing that I'm concerned about this deck is the turn you play lamb, turn 3 if you have like a Mind Stone on 2, or turn 4 if you just play the normal game. You pass the turn, it dies, and you didn't make any tokens out of it. Because I think if you get to make 1 Monastery Mentor out of the first lamb you cast, you're off to the races. Because then, yeah, they use 1 removal, kill the lamb, but you still have the Monastery Mentor, which is going to go off and make a bunch of tokens, and can probably run away with the game. So you kind of want to make a token the same turn lamb comes into play. You either wait an extra turn so you have the mana to cast a spell, or you have a few 0 mana spells that would trigger lamb. Mox Ember obviously being the most powerful, because you then can cast 2 of them. Mishra's Ball is just, a 0 mana spell. We're also going to take advantage of tokens, even though lamb doesn't make tokens itself, but he makes a token maker. So Caretaker's Talent is going to draw a bunch of cards, going to make your tokens huge, Intangible Virtue, things like that. I think it's actually an interesting commander. I'm excited about this one. Definitely be building it. I'm struggling with my Mythic wildcard, so it's probably going to wait a little bit, but eventually I will build it. Next, we have Shokai, Flickering Talon, a Bird Monk, borrows mana, 2/3, Flying Vigilance, Haste, which honestly, those 3 is not the important part of this card. Like, I honestly, if it was a 2 mana 2/3 with no keywords, it would have been fine. When he enters the next non-creature spell you cast, costs 1 less to cast. It's worth noting, doesn't say this turn, so you just kind of get like a boon, if you will, that just sits there until you cast your next non-creature spell. And then the important part is the flurry. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, you exile 1 creature and then you bring it back, so you're kind of blinking your creatures. So you want to have a bunch of ETB effect creatures, and also cheap spells, or even just cheap creatures with ETB, so you can always be flickering stuff. We can have creatures with ETB that's removal, ramp, interaction, card draw. You kind of want to have a nice mixture of the bunch. Since we're going to be doing blinking stuff, and our creature going to have ETB effects, we want other blink effects. Cloud Shift and Ephemerate, they're working both ways. Not only are they blinking a creature, but they also 1 mana spell, so it's very easy to cast 2 spells in a turn if you have a 1 mana spell. So you're going to be blinking with Cloud Shift, and then you cast another spell, and then Shokai triggers, and you blink the creature again, and then just like the amount of value you got that turn is going to be unmatched and very hard for your opponent to catch up. Kind of fits. I kind of wish this was on paper. I love blinking. I have a blinking commander deck, so unfortunately not on paper. Other ways to blink that are very powerful in other rounds, you're going to have a bunch of creatures, you're going to blink all of them 2-3 times depending how much mana you have, and then Getaway works really well because not only is there a rough, so you know, oh, I'm falling behind, boom, kill the whole board. Oh look, I blinked my combustible Gear Hulk and just either dealt a bunch of damage to your face or drew 3 cards. So yeah, very powerful. Actually, I think I would build Shokai before I build Lamb, but that's mostly because I am a blink kind of guy, you know, so I'm a silly little blink guy, you know what I'm saying? Okay, anyways, next we have Hamza, Might of the Yatan. Hamza, is a Elephant Warrior, Abzan mana, 5 mana, 3 of which being Abzan, 5/6. Whenever creature controls turn faced up, it endures X, where X is the creature's toughness. Enduring, you either put X counters on the creature or you create a spirit token that's an XX. So let's say you flipped a 3/3 up, so you either put a 3+1/+1 counters on it or you make a 3/3 token. And then like that ability on itself is already very interesting. It gets to make a manifest, a morph, a disguise deck. It's like interesting in itself. And then they just decided, well, this card is really good and really interesting already. Let's make it more so. So when landfall, whenever land you control enters, you seek a creature card. So seeking, you don't get to choose. The arena just chooses a random creature from your deck and puts it into play. In this case, manifests it. So yeah, just randomly a creature comes into play as a 2/2 creature. Manifested as a 2. It's a face down 2/2, and then you can flip it for its mana cost. So yeah, so we're gonna wanna build on this flipping stuff. So obviously Whisper with Elemental will be one of the better ones. So we work on the manifest. Verdant Dread, another alchemy card that's very, very powerful. They're just gonna be making a bunch of face down creatures. We have morph, we have disguise, the aforementioned abilities that put face down creatures, but we also have things that work with face down stuff. Trail of Mystery, I think, being the most powerful one, because whenever you manifest, a land comes into play and you manifest, sorry, my brain lagged. You manifest, land comes to play, you manifest a random creature because of Hamza. Trail of Mystery triggers, you get a land and put it into your hand. Next turn you play a land, Hamza triggers, manifests as a creature. Trail of Mystery triggers, you put a land into your hand. You play a land the next turn, and then like you're just kind of feeding the Hamza constantly, and you're kind of also thinning your deck. It does force you to play a lot of basics, but I think that's gonna be okay. Harrowing Swarm just lets you flip all your creatures, face down creatures for cheaper. And also when they flip, they're gonna get a +1/+1 counter, so that's very powerful. It's nice. There was an alchemy set. I believe it was the Murders of Color of Mana with the Manifest Dread. I want to say it was in Murders of Color of Mana alchemy set that had these synergy. And then lastly, we kind of want to like it landfall. They trigger on each instance of land. So obviously playing fetch lands are nice. Your normal Windswept Heath kind of stuff, your Verdant Catacombs. You can obviously play Evolving Wilds if you're struggling for wild cards, no fault in that. But if you can get multiple lands into play in the same time, like Scape Shift. Imagine you have Hamza in play and 6 lands. Scape Shift, ooh, I can't speak. Sack all 6. Get 6 lands into play. Hamza triggers 6 times. You get 6 2/2s, which they are creatures, so next turn you're going to be able to flip them if you like. Yeah, that seems a little bit disgusting, you know what I'm saying? So any kind of ability or spell that puts multiple lands into play, like you can even play Azusa, so you can play multiple lands, Oracle of Moldiah, so you can be playing lands on top of your deck. I think it's going to be a very, very, very powerful commander. I want to see in action. Like I think the 3 of them, I think Hamza is the more interesting one. This is the one like I'm top one. Shokai is my second one, and Lamb is my third one. But it's like they all 3 are very interesting, very good at the same time, and it's just that one has to be on top. It's not like, oh, I have one interesting one and 2 crap ones, so okay, this one is first and then this guy's second. Like, no, these all 3 are interesting, but one has to be above the other, but it's just about above the other. But yeah, this is a very good drop. I'm very excited about the alchemy coming. I want to say it's on Wednesday, but I could be mistaken. I don't know my dates anymore. I live on a day-to-day basis, you know. Life is complicated, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Do let me know which one of the 3 you're most excited about and which one of the 3 you'd like to see me build first. I'm going to build all 3 because I liked all 3, although they're all mythic, so that's going to take a little while. I'm struggling on those. But do let me know, like, oh, I really want to see Lamb first, I want to see Shokai first, I want to see Hamza first. I'm down to build whichever ones you guys like to see first. But yeah, other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Do leave a like to subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for some Brawl. Adios.